you'd guarantee yourself, it's like $15,000. There's so much money on the line. And here we are in game number 2.
This man is one game away from getting into that big money. In the top left position, the red Terran player from Team Liquid, the first Terran to really take a big hit on life. It is Taeja. He had no TVZ so far in this tournament, but he is bringing it out now for sure against this gentleman in the northeast. A monster in his own right, the blue Zerg from StarTale. It is life.
All right, that's the first time really that Life's looking almost human, I think you could describe so far. All the games that we've seen him on the mainstream, he's just dominated. He pushed the Innovation away to move into this winner bracket final. Just Innovation came to the stage, and 15 minutes later he was off the stage packing his keyboard and mouse waiting to play again tomorrow. But here Taeja is putting up a very, very strong fight against StarTale Life, and rightfully so. Taeja's gone undefeated just like Life has. May not have showed as much of a dominance as Life has, considering Life's been on stage quite a lot these past few days. But who is going to move forward to the grand finals? Is it going to be that 16-year-old StarTale Life, or is it going to be Liquid Taeja, who's already picked up 4 major tournaments this year? Could he get a 5th?
2 champions squaring off for a chance at another championship. A classic tale. So far in this game, Taeja opting to open up with the Reaper again. Very standard, very similar to the last map. Life, Hatchery is on the way. Don't anticipate him to see him do anything other than take the gas and then get that spawning pool. Perhaps even with this drone moving out, maybe a fast third. But it looks like, I mean, Frost being a 4-player map, this is actually one of those maps where the Reaper was able to do a lot of damage versus the fast third. I think he's anticipating a command center first from Taeja.
He is. He absolutely is here, but that is not the build of choice from Taeja. It again is a Reaper expand. Like we saw earlier when Innovation had this, didn't work too well against Life. When Innovation did it versus Jaedong, it did. So let's find out now how this is going to work when Taeja controls that Reaper. But I think most importantly, how does Life control his drones? I think the difference between Jaedong and Life, when we compare Innovation in the mix, is that Life's drone control was remarkable. He only lost 3. So let's just remember that number 3, and let's compare to how much damage this Reaper can get. Is it less, is it more?
Well, here the Reaper comes, moving across. Life's first Overlord went to the southeast, so he's just now going to be aware of what is headed towards him. The SCV now leaving the base. The Reaper's on the way behind this. He's actually going for just a second Reaper, actually. I think he's kind of realized what the opportunity is in front of him. It looked like he had a very quick reactor building prior. But now the Reaper heads into the main base. What can he do? Spawning pool about 10 seconds away from completing, and he's already going to work on these drones. One very low, trying to get us around, pinching him by the extractor, but still nothing just yet.
Oof. Just gets onto that extractor in the last second there. But we haven't really seen too many kills yet, have we?
No, Reaper still no kills to its name. The drones, I mean, he can only dance around so much, tries to get the hug of death, but not able to, and in turn loses that next drone. Of course, I mean, at this point, you might actually be forced to finish the extractor or the sport crawler. One more drone trying to shove him back. We will get another kill, and it looks like he might just end up with the same Innovation got 3 kills as these Zerglings start to come out on the field.
Yeah, 3 kills. Second Reaper is here, but the Queens are about to pop out, and that's where Life's going to feel most comfortable. Oh, he gets no, he doesn't get another one. Great pullback there from Life, and these Reapers are going to go home with 3 kills as the Zerglings are out, the Queens are about to pop. And that was pretty good from Life.
And behind this, Taeja's going for a 3rd command center. He's playing this very economically, not rushing for the Banshees as we saw in the previous map. And I can't blame him. He managed to pick off, 3 drones. Nothing catastrophic, but it's not like the fact that he went for the 3 hatching before spawning pool changes the way that Taeja plays this game out. It's just a little bit of a plus for the greedy play that Life made of his own.
Reaper's still just looking around. Any loose drones they'd love to get their hands on, or should I say the guns on. Any creep tumors as well, anything really. But from this point out, we're all about to have Zergling speed complete. With Zergling speed completing and a couple more being made, 14 being made, that's 60. Oh gosh, he's actually building quite a few here. And it looks like Life may be looking to get him to the other side of the map rather fast. Yeah. And is he going to be able to do damage? There's a wall-off started to be created, but there's already Hellions out. 24 Zerglings in production. The wall is starting to be made. It's not there yet. It's not ready. If he somehow surprises these Hellions, whether he goes for a run by and doesn't even show the Hellions that they're there, This is a big play by Life. Is it going to pay off? He's invested a lot of money into these lings.
Yeah, and he sends them around the top side so that Taeja's not quite as aware. There's still a wall-off not done yet. He only has 2 supply depots. If these Zerglings can come in from the side, surround these Hellions and grab all of them, he might just be able to end the game. There's not even a wall-off between the natural and the main
Even
base.
more
16
being
more
made.
Zerglings on the production tab. This is going to come purely down to how quickly Taeja can react and control his Hellions versus this assault. There's no Baneling Nest either. He's just going pure Ling.
Well, I mean, where are the Hellions going to be is a big question here. Are they going to be out in the open? Does a surround happen? Does he move out and not see them coming from behind?
I mean, with this many Hellions, all he really needs to do is get this next supply depot up.
The
Even
Hellions
if he
are
gets
moving out.
chased through, it all comes down to positioning. That Zerglings get us surrounded, and at least 1, 2 of the Hellions getting picked off. SCVs immediately being brought forth either to repair or tank some damage as Life just pours through with these Zerglings, but the SCVs hold position. Very smart play. Taeja holds on.
This is a massive hold for Taeja. This is huge. There is so much money invested into this. Look at the SCV count to the drone count. 39 to 22. So much of his economy was thrown into those Zerglings. There's a 3rd command center down. There's double engineering base. Stim is almost done. That was a massive gamble by Life. A huge gamble. And very simply, like me when I tried to gamble, it didn't work. And now he's even further behind than he could have been. And just a regular game, he's so far behind now.
And I like this. I like what Taeja's done. He actually tries to put out just another 2 more Hellions before he switches that off for the barracks. Keeping his Hellion count nice and high could allow him to get this 3rd command center without too much trouble. Life is great at the harass and bringing the pressure, but he scans and sees Evo Chambers just starting. No lair. He recognizes he has this lead, and if he can hold on to this 3rd command center without taking any side swipes, I think Taeja's in a fantastic spot moving forward with this game.
You have to be very careful when you're Taeja. Even though you're winning, you're leading this game, you have to be careful. We've seen what happened to Innovation when he took a lead and moved out and counterattacked and then almost just lost in an instant. Taeja needs to kind of secure his lead. Play it defensive. Don't move out too early. Sit back. You've got 1-1 much faster than your opponent. You're going to have 2-2. You've got better tech. You've got a better economy. As long as he doesn't do anything too daring, he should be in good position. Look at this. Life's building even more Zerglings at this point. Still down to 46 drones. He's going up to 26 more, 28 more Zerglings. He's actually bringing the fight to Taeja. Taeja just needs to defend.
Yeah, I feel like what he's hoping to do is just catch Taeja exposed outside, make Taeja underestimate the number of Zerglings, because when you look at Life's setup, you kind of imagine he can't really afford to put out these units if he wants to rebuild that economy. And you see Evolution Chambers, you think, okay, he's just going to try to play from behind, but that's not how Life likes to do this. He's got so many Lings on the field, 14, 16 more in production, Baneling Nest on the way. He already has 50 Zerglings on the map. He's not going to give up on trying to find a hole in Taeja's setup.
He's just going to go by the looks of it for just a massive Baneling bust from what he's actually shown as present with the units he's got out and the units coming. But Taeja already has 2-2. Medivacs are out here, and he has a big drop, and this is just going to bring Life back, and this is going to delay an attack. Life's already there, but you can actually drop 1 Medivac on the high ground, 1 on the low ground. It's going to be very difficult to do that. Oh, a couple of Marines are caught out there.
Well, he does actually manage to raise the depots. The Hellions are here in Life, not able to make that big counterattack that he wanted, trying to go to the 3rd base while these Hellions are distracted with the Zerglings outside the natural. And he's trying to get something, but a little bit of an attack on the refinery first. The SCVs look like they're actually going to make it out for the most part.
Now remember that there is no layer. This is like just a big all-in, really coming from Life. He's just trying to throw a lot of money into this attack. Is it going to work? The supply isn't too different between the 2 players. Taeja's identified what's going on. He is going to come back to try to defend. He's not really going to be able to mine from this 3rd base until he cleans out these Zerglings, but there's a lot more where they came from. There's going to be 1-1 upgrades on them as well, and there's going to be a lot of Banelings being morphed. 23 Banelings being morphed. Life usually is able to find a way back into a game that he was playing from behind in. Is this going to be another one of those games?
I mean, with no more Hellions on the map, it all comes down to Taeja's positioning and control on these Marines. The Banelings are making their way. He wants to crash the wall, break open his defenses, and allow him to get to that production. He's even trying to avoid these Marines that are giving chase, gets in on the supply depots, hits the bunker with the Banelings. Life is trying to make this work. More Zerglings being produced, streaming across the field now. Taeja's actually getting a pretty decent trade. The Banelings getting these SCVs, manages to save a few of them, and Taeja's still the huge supply lead is not dead yet.
He's not dead yet, but he's got to the 3rd base. He's killed quite a few SCVs, 39 to 45, but the economy is still in favor of Taeja with mules. The army supply in favor of Taeja as well. A couple of Lings do break into the main base, but a big pickup by Taeja. He says, I've got enough to deal with this. He's going to drop a couple of units, and then he's going to make a beeline straight towards the main base, I'd imagine. And this could be very difficult to deal with. There's the pickup again.
So it's important to consider that Taeja does not have that wall replaced just yet. Life could try to, he's just making more banelings. He could try to go for a secondary assault, but I feel like this is not quite like that game versus Innovation. He doesn't have Mutalisks.
The spread from the Marines when they come out the Medivacs, watch this. They're going to be everything. How can he stop this? There's two attack upgrades on these.
Yeah, these Marines they're super powered at this point. Only the 1-1, as you mentioned, for the Zerglings. He's coming in. He's killing the Overlord. He's moving towards that main hatch. The Zerglings are bringing everything they've got. Without Baneling speed, these guys aren't even going to be a part of this fight. Everything dying for Life. Says, okay, leave the Marauder here, and just splits his Marines off creep. Life seems to have met his match here at this tournament. He's being completely shut down. No more Banelings, just pure Lings being streamed through, but with the 2-2 upgrades, not even the drones will be able to stop this. GG, Taeja is going to the grand final.